Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Black Sheep Podcast. My name is JoJo, and I am your host. And I don't know, this is going to be the first episode of the podcast. I've started a podcast a couple times in the past, and I just wasn't happy with them. But I've always wanted to do one, and I don't know, I'm here. And I guess like that kind of goes into like the first topic that I wanted to talk about. And that's New Year's resolutions, because Christmas is now over and it's coming up on the new year. It is the 30th of December right now. I'm going to get this up probably. I want to say New Year's is probably when I'm going to be aiming to get it out. And yeah, so I guess like for New Year's resolutions, it's tough because I've been doing YouTube and Twitch and just music, and I've been dabbling in a lot of things for the last decade. I've done music since I was 23, and I'm almost 26 now. And I also have been doing YouTube off and on since literally 2010, so 11 years, almost 12 years. And I've always just kind of half-assed it. Some reasons were because I unfortunately didn't have the ability to make the stuff that I wanted, but in the last few years at least, like, I have. And I've been doing music, and I still have a passion for music, but I don't know, I'm running into a crossroads where I don't think I'm growing as an artist as fast as I need to be. And so I'm kind of, like I said, in this crossroads where I think I want to be doing other things and trying to dip my toes in something else and put as much commitment into that as I do music. And so that comes to the New Year's resolution. I want to start having expectations within myself so that I can commit, and making sure that at least at the end of the day I do not fail myself, because I want to try and make this work as a career. And more than that, I just like it's mainly just like I've been doing YouTube. I've been doing a lot of things online for a decade, and I just enjoy it. I really, really enjoy it. If I didn't, I wouldn't be doing it this long. And so I guess I just want to put my all into something that I enjoy, because if I was able to do this full time at some time, like at some point, that means I would be able to do the thing that I enjoy full time. And I've been very fortunate this year. I have a house. I had a car, but that got totaled this month. Long story short, we didn't have insurance, and it got totaled, and it was a $16,000 car that I paid cash for. Like I said, just a very fortunate year, and I was able to put my all into music and whatever I felt like doing for about 3-4 months. And started off with music, did that for a while, committed to that for about a month, because I give myself a time limit that I would just work it as like a full-time job. And I wrote a few I wrote like not a few dozen, but like a dozen songs, and I made I made swiper no swiping a couple days after the month was over, before the month was over. And I had another song written that I wanted to work. I really, really wanted it to work. But the cadence just wasn't coming off. And like I liked the flow that I was creating within the song. I liked the sound of it. I just didn't like me on the track. And so I had spent a, a little time doing streaming full time as well. And I really enjoy that, but I just find it so hard to go live sometimes. I know a lot of streamers go through that, but if I'm going through that within like the first couple months of me really taking it seriously, it's not a good sign. And so, like I said, I'm in this crossroads where I really don't know what I want to do. I just know I want to do it online. And I'm having this like writer's block kind of idea. Just I'm finding it hard to come with. Jesus, excuse me. I'm finding it hard to come up with ideas that I can do. Like I think I really want to do YouTube. Like YouTube, do like a commentary or a podcast like this. And it's just I find it so hard to come up with an idea, a concept. And then I decided that I want to make a podcast once a week, every week, without missing a day for the next year, and see where that takes me. See where I grow and flourish. Because I've said this many times before, but I'm not a confident speaker. I tend to just think that I don't have the most interesting opinions or voice in the room, so I just tend to keep quiet. And that stems from childhood traumas, from just being cooped up in my house all day, playing RuneScape for like 14 hours plus a day. It's a lot of things, I'm sure. But for whatever reason, I just have a very hard time doing that. And I've gotten better. And trust me, I have gotten better. If I would have tried to do this 2 years ago even, this would not, I would probably say like half as much, maybe even more than half as much as I am right now. And so yes, one of the goals, long story short, is I want to upload a podcast every week, once a week. If I upload more than twice a week, that's fine too. But I probably won't. I think if I do upload or record podcasts in the future, I'm probably just going to schedule them for the week after the last podcast. And then I guess, are there any more New Year's resolutions? I guess I just want to try and hit 1,000 subscribers. I have about 400 subscribers on my reaction channel, and that's been going great. It's been happening really fast, and I kind of set up a goal for 1,000 subscribers there. Honestly, I'm not really sure if that's going to be a long-term goal of mine to use that channel, just because I find no creativity and no creative enjoyment out of doing reaction videos. They can be fun. All the videos that I upload, I genuinely enjoy, but there's just almost no creative enjoyment, freedom. It's unfortunate to feel like the subscribers that you're gaining aren't there for you, they're there for the content. So I think like I want to try and get 1,000 subscribers by 2023. But more than that, I want to at least gain a couple regular subscribers that are here to kind of hear what I'm talking about, what's going on in my life, you know, whatever it might be. And I guess that's just my goal. Those are my two resolutions, I guess, not goals. I mean, they're goals, but resolutions nonetheless, for lack of a better term. It's be consistent within the podcast schedule, maybe add some other videos that kind of like balance out the channel if I feel like it. I still just got to figure out what else I want to do besides podcasting, because I do want to just generally do podcasting as like a regular thing, but I would like to sprinkle a couple things here and there just to keep it interesting. And then, shit, what did I just say? Get just a couple people that are here for the human being in front of them and not just for the content that they're talking about or, you know, reacting to or whatever it is. I just want to gain a community, because I see so many like creators have these like amazing communities, and like being a part of them is so much fun. And I just want to create like a community of my own. And I don't know if that's weird. I don't know if that's like a little like self-reporting type like behavior, but I don't know. Everybody wants to feel appreciated. And this is kind of just the area that I want to try and feel appreciated by, you know? I don't know. So a couple things off topic from that is I've been watching anime. I'm getting caught up, and one of them was Platinum End, and the second one afterwards was Jujutsu Kaisen. Two opposite sides of the fucking spectrum, my guy. Oh my god. I had the vape. I'm just thinking about it stresses me out. While I'm vaping, I do want to just say, like, I hope everybody got what they wanted this Christmas. And I hope everybody has a happy new year. I hope 2022 is better than this year. Just been a couple shitty years. I know COVID's ramping up again, and we're in a very strange and scary time, but I do hope that everybody is healthy and well and, you know, just doing well. So all right, so Platinum Man, we're going to start with you. I got to the 12th episode, I think, where it started to ramp up and in kind of hit its end. Thank God, because I have not been watching a ton of anime this year, last couple of years really, and I started watching Platinum End. I saw it on Crunchyroll, and the main antagonist kind of looked like Light Yagami from Death Note. So I was like, okay, this is weird. And then I looked it up, and it's by the same writer or artist as the one that made Death Note. I think it's writer. And so I immediately put that on my list, top priority. I just pushed everything aside, just moved everything away, and I focused on this anime, and I got caught up day one. And I am not kidding when I say that this was a chore to binge. I probably would not have finished it to where I have if I hadn't binged it. If this was a week by week basis, I would have given it up third episode, maybe even the first episode. Although I feel like the first episode was probably the best, which is not a good sign. If it's just a decline from the first episode, no thank you. Yeah, so I watched this. Basically, it's about a guy that commits suicide, or attempts to anyways, because he doesn't feel appreciated by the world he's living in. He's getting abused. His family died, and he's with his uncle or aunt or whoever it was. I don't even remember. And he's basically abused way worse than Harry Potter was. And before he commits suicide, he goes to steal some bread or something. I honestly don't even remember. And then he just chooses not to, and then that's where you see him on a ledge ready to commit suicide. He attempts to, but he's saved by a nicer version of a Shinigami, an angel, I guess. And you come to find that there's other contestants that kind of did the same thing, and there's human, basically there's a bunch of just people that have the option or the chance to become God, which is a man-made, human-picked person that becomes God. And so these angels all pick a human that is, I think, wants change in the world or something, whatever it is. Sorry, it's really hard to breathe. Yeah, so basically there's a bunch of contestants to become God, and one specific guy, Light Yagami 0.5, 0.2, 1.5, I don't fucking know. He decides he's just going to start killing contestants instead of like waiting and leaving it up to chance. And actually, I take it back. The best episode was probably the episode at the baseball field. Basically, people are lured after like this monogamy guy is like, yo, I'm a good guy. Help me find these other guys so I can, like, stop them from being bad guys. But really, he's the bad guy. He lures them, kills one. Essentially, like, 3 people end up dying, including a little girl. And yeah, so that happens, probably the peak of the series, to be honest. And then it's just a back and forth, a boring ass back and forth between the main character and the antagonist. And there's a lot of like mental warfare, quote unquote, where like everybody wants the main character to kill the antagonist, but he doesn't want to kill people because he doesn't hate people, and killing people spreads hateness and blah 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 blah. And like all of a sudden, oh, I forgot to mention they have these like attacks. One's like a controlling one where you have different levels of there's second, first, and then like the one that can attack essentially. And the main character gets one that can kill people. And you can collect rings once you've killed other people and collected their rings, blah blah blah. But basically, this blue one, people are trying to like convince him that he needs to use it on the antagonist and kill him. And the one time that he does use it is against a needle, because it's either he dies and a bunch of people are saved, or he tries to stop them and everybody gets COVID. And he chooses none of those options and uses the thing for the first time. And like, it's one of those things where it should be an impactful moment, but it's just not. The show has no intensity. It's just a drag. And I don't know how it ends, but I have heard that it's a laughable ending, and I'm going to finish the anime, whether it's 1 or 2 more episodes, whatever it is, but I am not impressed. And then we get to Jujutsu Kaisen. I immediately go to this one, and I've tried watching this show a couple times, mainly got to like episode 2. That was like the farthest I got, and I was going to continue watching it on a plane because I kept having to travel to Utah, one just to visit there, and then like I had to go back a couple weeks later for a funeral. So yeah, I was gonna watch them on the plane, but even though I downloaded them, I couldn't watch them on Crunchyroll, which was fucking stupid. I don't understand, but whatever. And yeah, so anyways, immediately was enjoying it, just back to back to back. First night, watched 7 episodes. Second night, I got to like episode 17, and then the next night I finished it. And it's just a super intense and just pretty to look at and just dope ass anime. And like, I don't even want to like talk about it too much, other than the fact that like, is it Gojo, the white haired guy? I'm really bad with names, so I apologize. But that dude, I knew people really liked him and based him, but after watching like past episode 2, I was like, oh, I can totally fucking see why people fuck with this guy. And yeah, no, he's just super OP. He's super just interesting and looks down every person he fights, and it's the sickest shit I've ever seen. Like the scene where he throws the 2 colored balls, the blue and the red one, and puts them together into a purple, and then shoots this thing from like however far away. Super pretty and just super sick. And then there's the one guy, the huge muscly guy that at first fights the main character. I'm lacking. What is his name? Whatever. But the big guy that fights him and then eventually kind of helps him like evolve to the next level. Those 2 characters, my favorite characters in the show. They're so over the top and overpowered, and I love every second of it. And I guess it's like my main concern is like the main villains, the guy that ends up being like the main antagonist, like target, in the first season at least, is probably just like he is just not that interesting. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But is it Sasuna? The antagonist, the main antagonist, really, if you consider their main antagonist, I would consider the one that's like being held by the main character. He's like this soul, this bad soul, essentially. And yeah, no, he's all around just super entertaining. And I can't wait to see what happens with the deal that they made that we don't know about. But like I said, I don't really want to spoil it too much because I want people that haven't seen it to see it. I'm sure if you wanted to see it, you probably have seen it by now, but just in case. And yeah, we're coming up on my memory running out, but I am going to keep it short this week. I need to get used to just like full on talking, because I think that I need to figure out how to breathe properly while talking. But like I said, this is just kind of like something that I want to get better at, just as like just to make myself more natural in real life and on camera. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by at the Black Sheep podcast. I don't know what that accent was. I'm sorry. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit the subscribe button and you leave a like and hit that bell notification. And also, if you have any questions for me, please make sure you leave them down below in the comment section below, or you can at me at Twitter at OHVRAY, OHVRAY, and I'll answer them on stream, or something. I don't know. But thank you so much, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Have a fantastic night and a happy new year. Goodbye.